Okay, here's the deal, folks. Here's the deal. It's another episode of Filmstruck Film Club. I'm here, Groot's here. Groot is he, and I am Carson Higgins. And we watched a great movie this week. We've been watching great movies lately. I don't know if you have ever participated in this club before, but it's just like a book club, only easier because you get to watch a movie. So it takes less time, usually. Usually. I don't know what kind of book club you're in, but this film club, you get the whole week, watch the movie whenever you want, and then boom, we do one of these, and then we pick another movie. But we've been watching films from Africa this month, and I found this great film on Netflix that looked like it was going to fit the bill, and it totally did. 2018's The Burial of Kojo. I don't know if you watched it or not, but if you did, I'm proud of you. And if you didn't, then hey, you should go watch it before you watch this, because I'm probably going to spoil some things, and you don't want that, because this movie is very much worth experiencing. As far as just feature film debuts go for a director, this is one of the best. I have not directed a feature film, but I get the sense that it's kind of tough, kind of a tough gig. And so when you can crush it this hard on your first bat, I don't know what to say. I have to applaud. Yeah, Blitz Bazawule wrote this movie, but he also he worked as a director on Black is King with Beyonce. I don't know if you heard of her, but yeah. So he's been working, and he's gonna keep on working, because I hear that he's doing the Color Purple musical movie. So we're gonna get to know Blitz Bazawule a lot better. But boy, was it nice to get to know him this week watching this film. I don't know if I said this or not, but Blitz the Ambassador is his name as a musician, and you should really go check out his music, because he's got awesome music. And that was very apparent in this film, because the score is astounding. It's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. I mean, instantly the photography and the score kind of just bounce right into your eyeballs and into your ear balls, and you're just like, okay, cool, this movie's awesome. I will say it's it was kind of hard to follow a little bit, but only because it is a non-linear story being told about people that, you know, I don't know about you, but I don't have a whole lot of experience with. So it's partly why I've been wanting to watch more films from Africa, and I think this is the first film from Ghana that I've ever watched. And so I just, you know, there are things that I wasn't gonna get right away, and that's okay. The nice thing is there's a line said by Kojo to his daughter. Mind you, the whole story is being told to us from his daughter's perspective as a grown woman, right? So she is talking about once upon a time when I was a little girl and when my father was still around. Spoiler alert. Yes, so it has this non-linear story, and it's told through a lot of like poetic, what do you call it? Imagery. That's the word I was looking for. And it does kind of tiptoe around like the nature of memory and dream and the spirit world, and how our understanding or lack thereof of those three things and their interconnectedness, how they lead us to a story like this, honestly. I don't think I would have even come up with a story like this, because at first, right, when I watched the trailer and when I looked at just like the little blurb about it, the little blurb on Netflix is like, Kojo is a guy who falls down an illegal gold mine shaft, and his daughter has to go fetch him from the spirit realm, or like something like that. And so I was kind of like, oh, sweet, African Spirited Away, Alice in Wonderland, something like that. And though it does have a little bit of that, it's also very much its own thing. Very much its own thing. So I found it kind of having to be more in line with some of the African stories that I have heard. And actually kind of getting a better sense of, like, there is more than one way to tell a story. Funny to think. But as we kind of circle inward towards the end, you realize that it is the beginning, and so this like kind of infinite loop brings you new. I don't even have kind of the full ability of language to explain it, because it's kind of meant to not be so explainable. It is a spiritual experience, something that isn't just surface, where it's like, yeah, he is the dad and she is this and they don't like each other. That's not this movie, but I mean, like, it isn't so cut and dry like that, right? There are elements of dream and elements of symbolism that you're just, it's not meant to be so easy to grasp, which is what some of the best cinema does, right? I mean, watch a Tarkovsky film and tell me you got it right away, because maybe you did and you're a smart asshole, but maybe you didn't and you're like me, and it kind of takes a bit of research and dissection and rewatching to kind of be like, oh, that's what that is, if you're just so insistent on putting a label on it in the first place, which I am trying to get better at not doing. But yeah, the story is just beautifully told, and what sucks is I want to talk about it, but it's hard to talk about in a linear way, because then it's just it's very easy to spoil. The story, if I were to tell it to you, is very easy to spoil, which is why, in hindsight, if I read the Netflix blurb about the film, I'm like, oh, that is actually a really good way to let people in. But I mean, he doesn't go into this gold mine until like an hour into the film, and the movie's like an hour and 20 minutes long. So like, there's parts of, and like, yeah, she has to do the spirit world stuff, but it wasn't quite how I had imagined it was going to be. It was, in many ways, it was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, there's some imagery in this film that like is just going to stick with me forever. I mean, there's really cool upside down shots, which if you watch the film, you'll be like, yeah, those are my favorite. And if you haven't watched the film, you should check it out and be like, whoa, those are cool. There's really cool like mirror effect in like reflection of water. So you'll see like a long boat kind of going through the water, but upside down and mirrored with the water. So then as you're looking at it, you're not quite sure which one is the reflection and which one is real. And then there's this really cool like crow character on horseback who is after the white dove that the little girl has to protect. And so like, if some of this is like, ooh, I want to see this movie, yeah, get out of here, go watch it. It's on Netflix, go watch it right now. But yeah, where we wind up, right? I can tell you where it ends without spoiling it, so I'm gonna do that. It ends with our lead girl, all grown up, telling this story, almost like she's at a book reading, like she wrote a book and she's reading it to a group of people. They applaud her and the film ends, right? And so you realize that what you were just being told is actually from like a book in the future or something. And so the daughter's whole understanding of what her father was going through, you know what it reminded me of? Maybe you've seen Life of Pi or read it, and there's that thing towards the end where it's like, well, does it matter which version of the story is true? Like, the same shit happens in both stories. Like, either way, everyone died and I was alone. So like, so what if there's me hanging out with a tiger or me not hanging out with a tiger? Either way, I was alone and everyone was gone and I had to deal with it. And so, wow, I just got super off topic. I hope you stuck with me there. But yeah, I know that I'm not telling you a whole lot because I don't know how to explain a whole lot. I will say that as a piece of art and as a piece of cinema, this film is amazing. One of the best movies on Netflix, for sure. One of the better films from Africa I've ever seen. Even though that list is short, it's getting longer. And so this film being what it is, I mean, I don't see it being any lower. Like, I like this movie a lot. And I'm kind of eager to revisit it more as I age. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Go watch Burial of Kojo. Check out on Letterboxd if you want to check out like all the films that we've ever watched in this club. If you want to do some catching up, feel free to do that. If you don't have a Criterion Channel subscription, you should get one. for more than one reason, but because most of the films that we watch are going to be on there. But man, I'm really glad that we went with this one because, yeah, I'm just very grateful to Ava DuVernay for making sure that people like me and like you can watch a movie like this. And Blitz Bazawule, I cannot wait to see the rest of the films that you make, my man, because you are quite the talent, sir. So yeah, go enjoy the film. Go enjoy any film that you watch. Hopefully you enjoy it. Groot and I will be back next week with another pick. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Love ya. Bye.